Well, it is very clear that President Trump wants to put an end to this for reasons of legacy. He wants to see himself as the peace president and, to give credit where credit is due. He's actually been quite successful. The problem, of course, is I think this conflict is much more complicated than any of the other ones, save for the Middle Eastern one. It's going to be sort of humiliating for Trump if nothing comes out of this, because he will have given all that face to Putin, he will have given all that recognition to Putin, and then got nothing out of this. Well, that's a slap in the face, so that's not going to be looking good for Trump at all. For Putin, he will look great. He will say, look, I'm being wined and dined here in America. Of course, remember that 2 weeks later, so the summit is on August 15th, but then 2 weeks later, he's going to China because there's an SCO meeting there. There's a Shanghai Cooperation Organization, so he'll be meeting with Xi Jinping, having already done his rounds with President Trump, and that puts him in a better position. So he stands to win no matter what happens.
It's a long time, 35 years. They fought, and now they're friends, and they're going to be friends for a long time. The country of Armenia and Azerbaijan are committing to stop all fighting forever, open up commerce, travel, and diplomatic relations, and respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Every single one of them, sister.
Shame on the police! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! We must oppose genocide. The real time to be arrest the people that are selling arms, that are bombing, killing. Terrorism Act. By holding the sign. Hands off Gaza! Hands off Gaza! Hands off the West Bank! Hands off the West Bank!
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Saturday that Ukrainians will not give their land to occupiers and that it could not violate its constitution on territorial issues. Zelensky was responding to US President Donald Trump's statement on Friday that he would meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The meeting is expected to take place on August the 15th in Alaska to negotiate an end to the war. Trump said that the parties, including Zelensky, were close to a ceasefire deal that could resolve the 3.5-year conflict, one that could require Ukraine to surrender significant territory. President Trump announced preparations for his meeting with Putin in Alaska, Zelensky said on Saturday. Very far away from this war which is raging on our land, he added, against our people, and which anyway can't be ended without us, without Ukraine, he said. Putin claims 4 Ukrainian regions as well as the Black Sea peninsula of Crimea, which he annexed in 2014. His forces do not fully control all the territory in the 4 regions.
In the depths of this great lake in Croatia's Milet National Park lies the largest known Mediterranean sod coral reef. It spans nearly 7,000 square feet and hosts a variety of marine life. But as temperatures rise, invasive species thrive, posing a threat to the reef's health. That's according to marine biologist Piotr Kruzik, who, for over 3 decades, has dived into these waters to collect data on the growing challenges faced by the coral reef. He says every year, his team installs these devices called data loggers, which measure the sea temperature every hour and the number of days the reef experiences high temperatures. Kruzik says the data loggers are taken out at the same time in August, and that his team has noticed a trend, a sharp increase in prolonged warm temperatures. Water at the reef has now reached 84 degrees Fahrenheit for up to a month and a half, compared to only 2 to 3 days in the early 2000s, he says. The rise has attracted invasive species like Caulerpa racemosa, a fast-growing algae that thrives in warm waters. The algae often overgrow, suffocating coral colonies, Kruzik says. Consistent high temperatures also mean coral bleaching and tissue necrosis occur, further damaging the reef.
In southern England, a clever AI tool is making it easier to protect barn owls. Created by a PhD student, the AI model counts baby barn owls by listening to their hissing sounds. This eliminates the need for invasive methods like physically tagging chicks or installing nest cameras.
Barn owls are quite difficult to monitor because you don't often see them. So the only way you can really do it is via nest boxes. So you look at their breeding success mainly.
Brian Cresswell is a barn owl conservationist. He says it's crucial not to disrupt the birds or their nests.
Because the barn owls are protected by law, and not just the barn owls but barn owl nests, it's important not to disturb them ever, apart from unless you have a license to do so. I use this little device most of the time. This is called an audio moth, and it's a little sound recorder which we can set up to record just during the night or part of the night, and you can leave it for a week or so, and it will collect the data for you. So you don't have to do it every single night, and that collects sound files which then I hand over to Cabby to analyse.
The approach reduces stress on the animals and allows data collection from natural nests, which are often hard to reach, unlike easier-to-access nest boxes. Kavisha Jayatunge is the creator of the program from Bournemouth University. He makes use of the AI model to process audio files and analyze subtle differences undetectable to humans.
What I've done is I've taken the audio file, so the barn owl screech, and then done some data pre-processing on it to sort of pull out all the frequencies in that data and turn it into a sort of barcode, which is obviously, each one of those is going to be slightly different from the others, and those are the differences that the model is able to pick up on.
The technology is in its early stages, but has already identified 3 owlets from recordings in Cresswell's garden. This data is vital for tracking barn owl breeding, which varies significantly across years and sites. The AI model also provides insights into the behavior of young owls, as their hissing can show feeding habits and hunger. That's key to understanding their breeding success, and Cresswell says the model can do even more.
The big picture here is being able to identify individuals of different species, not just barn owls, especially singing birds, because one of the problems with bird surveying, if you're trying to monitor a population of wild birds, one of the difficulties is if you're going out in the field and you're recording birds, or you're looking for birds or listening for birds, in fact, especially listening, because most bird surveys are done by the sound of a bird singing, you can't tell if you've heard a bird before. But with vocal individuality and this sort of analysis, it's possible to do that very thing. That's a bigger picture for this research.
Empieza izquierda, sobre y estamos. suspendido de... ¡Ah!